Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Tiger, and up here today, guys, I thought I'd do a top 10 video. It's been a while since we did a top 10 video, and today I have the top 10 rewatchable movies, my top 10 rewatchable movies. These are movies that I've seen multiple times, that I can put on at any time and just sit back and enjoy them. Sort of movies that I just enjoy no matter what. Again, I've got a bunch. Last night I sat down and I wrote a bunch of videos that I've got planned. Some more top 10, got top 10 TV shows coming, top 15 PlayStation 2 games, my Star Wars rated, or 11 movies rated in my opinion. So I've got 10 movies and then 5 honourable mentions. One of them I don't know where the copy is. Again, these are my personal movies. They're not necessarily the best movies out there. They're just movies that I've seen multiple times and I just love watching them. So starting at number 10, we have White Chicks. Again, this movie isn't a masterpiece or anything. I love the Wayans brothers. I think they're hilarious. Comedy is probably my second favourite genre of movie. Well, maybe third favourite genre of movie. Horror being the top, sci-fi probably second. And then comedy. I love comedy movies. White Chicks just makes me laugh. I just love this movie. I want to try and upgrade this to a Blu-ray copy. This movie is just hilarious. They basically pretend to be, well, white chicks basically, and it's just hilarious. You know, the Wayans brothers are in here, Terry Crews is in here. So many memorable scenes, so many memorable lines. It's one of those movies that no matter what, I put it on and it always makes me smile. Love this movie. At number 9, we have Mr. Bean's Holidays. Of course, I love Mr. Bean. You know, I grew up with Mr. Bean. He's a staple in any British person's home. I think most British people, even non-British people, know who Mr. Bean is. And, you know, it blew my mind when they actually were announcing he was doing a new movie. I've seen this twice in the cinema. I've seen it multiple times. I don't know if they got a Blu-ray of this. I might upgrade it to a Blu-ray if they do. This movie just makes me laugh. It's just a family-friendly comedy with lots of slapstick. And I just love it. You know, I just love Mr. Bean's Holiday. I've seen this movie multiple times. Always makes me laugh, this movie. You know, so many memorable scenes again. And, you know, Mr. Bean is just hilarious. I love Rowan Atkinson. At number 8, sorry. I couldn't find it, but I have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I know they're doing another one. Why, I don't know, but Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favourite movies that I can rewatch. It's just such a great movie. Of course, there's a lot of mystery behind it, so many speculations and you know, conspiracy theories of what really happened. I mean, and that's pretty cool in its own right, but great movie. You know, I always remember watching it for the first time and going, wow, is this what chocolate candy factories are like? Obviously they're not, but just so many whimsical moments. Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder, an amazing actor. Just such a great film. And again, I can watch that movie at any time. I'm tempted to possibly pick up the Blu-ray, the 4K collection for it at some point. The same with some of these movies, definitely need to be upgraded. At number 7, we have Borat. Cultural Learnings of America for Benefit of Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan is the full name. Honestly, I'm going to start off by saying that Borat 2 was okay. I think it was an okay movie. It had its moments, but the original Borat movie, this movie is hilarious. You know, of course, this movie, it's just basically showing off how bigoted some parts of America are, and that's the whole joke. I've known that all of America's like that. I know a lot of Americans aren't like that, but again, this movie just makes me laugh. So many memorable scenes. Kazakhstan is the greatest country in the world. You know, the fight when he's naked with Azamat. Hey, screw you ate my asshole. It's just such a memorable movie. I've seen this multiple times. This is the movie that you put on when if you've got some people around or your family, and you can just have a laugh with it. The second one had its moments, but I felt like the second one was getting very political and, again, showing off the COVID and all of this stuff. So I prefer the original one. Love this movie. And yes, there are a bunch of more Borat themed stuff on Amazon Prime now. At number 6, we have America. Fuck yeah, Team America. I want to start off by saying I love South Park. So when Trey Parker and Matt Stone decided, you know what, we're going to make a movie, you knew it was going to be over the top. This movie is basically Thunderbirds. Imagine Thunderbirds, but more over the top and violent. It's so funny. It's all puppets. The way they walk, the fight scenes, the voice acting. This is such a funny movie, and you know, I've seen the special features on this. I do want to upgrade this to a Blu-ray. I don't even know if it's got 4K, but the sex scene in it is hilarious. You know, it's such a great movie. Team America, again, is the movie that I can put on and it will always make me laugh. Hey, terrorists, terrorize this. I love Team America. It's such a funny movie. I can't wait. I hope that they do a second one, but who knows? You know, we could be surprised. At number 5, we have Space Jam. This is a movie I'm definitely going to upgrade to 4K. Honestly, I want to start off by saying Space Jam 2 is a movie that I'll probably watch, but I definitely probably won't enjoy. I've heard mixed reviews. Honestly, it's a movie that I'm so pissed off with because I wanted Space Jam 2 for so long. And I was like, yay, new Space Jam. And then when I seen what they've done to it, it's got all this 3D and all of this crazy stuff going on. It's video game orientated. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love video game themed movies. But honestly, the original Space Jam, this movie, I've seen it multiple times. Honestly, I love the original Space Jams. Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan, what more do you want? You know, such a great film, great family-friendly film. I love Space Jam. I think Space Jam is one of those movies that, again, it makes kind of, you know, it made me love basketball as well. When I watched this, I was like, oh yeah, I want to play basketball, you know. But I love Space Jam. I'm kind of annoyed there's no special features on here, so hopefully the 4K version has some special features. Again, I might watch the second one, but I'm not too sure about it at the moment. But I love the original Space Jam. Can watch this at any time and love it. Number 4, we have Little Man, yet another Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans brother film. Again, not an amazing movie, but it's basically about, he basically played like a little person who robs a bank and steals a jewel, and then basically hides it in a woman's bag. And obviously, the woman, he basically has to pretend to be a baby or a child to try and get it back, and he's pretending to be a child. So many memorable scenes in here. The sex scene is hilarious when they're having sex and he's watching, and when they pull his diaper off and he's got a grown penis. Well, you don't see it, but it's implied, of course. It's got a lot of memorable faces in here. Again, I can't say all of the actors' names, but again, a lot of memorable people in here from White Chicks and stuff as well. This movie just makes me howl. I love Little Man. The Wayans brothers, I love pretty much most of the Wayans brothers films. They're so funny. I just love them. Yes, it's not an amazing movie, it's not a blockbuster, but again, one thing I will say about this is they never actually really say what sort of age this child is, because at one point at the start he's a baby and they think he's a baby, and then they have him walking around and talking, and then he's a baby again wearing baby clothes. It's kind of convoluted on how old he's meant to be, whether he's meant to be like a 4-year-old toddler or a baby. Again, he's not obviously a baby, but I love Little Man. At number 3, it's kind of a cheat, but Austin Powers. Honestly, Austin Powers, what more do you need to say about it? I love all 3 Austin Powers. The way that it goes for me is Austin Powers 3 is my least favourite, 1 is my second favourite, and 2 is my favourite. Again, Mike Myers, hilarious movies. Again, it's a James Bond spoof, obviously, but it became its own thing, really. You know, Austin Powers was such an influential movie back in the late 90s, and I think it came out in was it 99 or 2000? Whenever it came out, this everyone knows Austin Powers. I do want to upgrade this to Blu-ray, so if anyone's interested in doing a sell or trade for this one, it's a digipack, all 3 movies, let me know. I do want to eventually upgrade it. Love Austin Powers. Yeah, baby, yeah. Again, the whole joke is he's meant to be irresistible to women, but he's not exactly a good-looking bloke. That's the running joke. Love Austin Powers. I can't wait to see if they do another one. But at the same time, these 3 stand in their own. At number 2 is Star Wars. Now, if I had to go with one Star Wars movie that I could rewatch all the time, it's probably Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. But in my opinion, I love all of the Star Wars movies, and I will be doing a video rating all 11 Star Wars movies. I'm not going to go into the TV shows or anything, but I'm going to rate all of them in order as to which ones are my favourites. And there might be some surprises there. I might have done a video years ago about it, but obviously, because we got new ones. But I love this set, by the way. And I still actually haven't watched any on here, so I will be watching these at some point. Again, it's hard for me to point out. I'd say possibly the original 6 movies. The 3 later ones I've only seen maybe once or twice. I haven't even seen Rise of Skywalker on home video yet. I've only seen it in the cinema. Again, there's also Rogue One and Solo. I just love Star Wars, so Star Wars had to be at number 2. And at number 1, this might surprise you, but that is Harold and Kumar Get the Munchies or Go to White Castle. Same movie, different name. This movie, I mean, honestly, wow, it even comes with a White Castle coupon there. That's crazy. I remember there's a bit of a story to this one. I remember years ago when it was just my bedroom and I didn't have DVDs. I just recorded stuff all the time. I watched this movie. I think it was on Film 4 or All 4, something like that. And I watched it and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. This movie just is a funny movie. Kal Penn, John Cho, just such a funny movie. This movie just, I watched it and then I deleted it off my Sky. And for so long, I was like, when's it coming back? When's it coming back? When's it coming back? And this was before, you know, I had all the DVD players and everything and had money and stuff. And then eventually it came back and I rewatched it. And honestly, I've watched this movie, I'm not even kidding, about 50 plus times. There was a day where I actually watched it, rewound it and watched it again. Yeah, one day I watched it every day of the week. It's crazy. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this movie. This movie made me want to go out and get White Castle. I remember I was still in school when I watched this. And, you know, I can watch this movie at any time. And it just makes me laugh. I love this movie. I've seen it so many times. And honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. It's not a great movie in terms of cinematography and all this or doing anything. It's a stoner comedy, but it's hilarious. I love it. If you've never watched it, I'd highly recommend it. The sequel, Guantanamo Bay, was okay. The Christmas one wasn't that great. The original, love this movie. I think it was early 2000s. When did it come out? I think it was like 2003. But whenever, I love this movie. And then I've got 5 honourable mentions. These are movies that I've seen multiple times, maybe once or twice. But again, these are movies that I can watch over and over again. First up is Dumb and Dumber. I've seen the sequel, which I think was Dumb and Dumber 2. I haven't seen Dumb and Dumberer, or the one with the prequel. I hear the prequel is pretty bad. But the original, pretty funny movie. Jim Carrey, I love Jim Carrey. Jeff Daniels. This movie has got so many great one-liners. I like it a lot. Again, great movie. Just stupid, family-friendly fun. Great movie. I love Dumb and Dumber. Again, Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey as an actor. I think it's hilarious. Speaking of Jim Carrey, you have Bruce Almighty. I do like Evan Almighty, but I think I prefer Bruce Almighty. great sort of rom-com, but with sort of implements. He basically becomes God, and there's a lot of moral things in here. But again, great one-liners. In my opinion, the funniest scene in this movie, and it gets me every time, is when he's making Steve Carell, when he's talking and he's doing all of the typing and making him speak, and he's like, that, I don't know why, that just gets me every time. That's, in my opinion, one of the funniest scenes in a movie for me. It's stupid, but it's so funny. Evan Almighty was pretty good as well, but Bruce Almighty, love this film. Such a funny film. Spaceballs. Mel Brooks, John Candy, Rick Moranis. What more do you want? This movie is basically a piss take of Star Wars, but in its own right, it's its own thing. This movie is so funny. It's comedy that maybe not everyone will enjoy. It's a spoof movie, but Mel Brooks, you know, Blazing Saddles as well. Again, was another sort of spoof movie, but Mel Brooks was a great director, a great actor. This movie just makes me howl. I love Spaceballs. It's such a funny movie. There's so many good jokes. We got to calm the desert, sir. You know, wait, if we're filming a movie, how can we be seeing this right now? Well, no, that will be then. When it's then it's now. So when will we be there? Soon. We're being jammed, sir. Raspberry. There's only one man who will give me the raspberry. I'm your roommate's father's cousin's roommate thing. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Again, Star Wars, Star Trek jokes. So funny. Then we have Luke Wilson's Idiocracy. I remember I watched this movie again, same thing, watched it on TV, completely forgot what the name of the movie was, and then found it. This movie's basically, he goes to the future. He basically does this experiment. He's sort of a standard guy, average guy, ends up in the future and finds out that everyone's really stupid. Honestly, this movie could be getting quite real to what we actually see in the real world, you know what I'm saying? But I just love this movie. I love movies with a sort of futuristic setting, but I don't know, I just love the idea, the world of this one. It was stupid. Oh right, we're gonna get a blowjob from Starbucks. He's like, oh yeah, Starbucks is a strip club. I like movies. Such a funny movie. Again, Terry Crews, Luke Wilson. It's also got it's from Mike Judge, so the guy who did Office Space and Beavis and Butthead. Makes a lot of sense. Office Space is another one that I'd like to mention. I've seen that multiple times. Pretty funny movie. I don't know, I think I got the DVD somewhere, but I can't remember what I've done with it. And lastly, in my honourable mentions, it has to be Cannonball Run 1 and 2. I'd also like to mention Cannonball Run 3, also known as Cannibal Fever or Speed Zone. I don't have that. That's actually quite a hard one to find. Love Cannonball Run. This is Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious. Cheesy movies, over the top. It's basically like they're doing, like, you know, like the Gumball rallies. Cannonball Run 2, I think is probably my favourite out of the bunch. The third one was pretty good with John Candy, but so many great actors in here. You've got Roger Moore's in these ones, Dom DeLuise, Farrah Fawcett, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Burt Reynolds, Peter Fonda. You know, you've got Don Knotts, Jackie Chan. So many memorable scenes. Honestly, I seen Cannonball Run 2 back on VHS, and I watched that movie about 10 times a week. I love this, because growing up I love cars and I love racing, and this movie is cheesy, it's funny. The monkey, the orangutan from the second movie, the you know, Sammy Davis Jr. So many great moments. I love Cannonball Run 1 and 2. In my opinion, these are probably two of my favourite movies out there. But I put this in the honourable mention because I think I've seen it less than some of the other ones. But there we go. So there we have it. That's 10 honourable movies that I've my most rewatchable movies. I hope you appreciate what I'm trying to do here. You know, trying to bring some more videos. I will be doing another for sale video at some point during the week. Had a bit of luck this morning and won some money, so I might be. I'm debating on what I want to do with it. Whether I just want to put it up or maybe. I was tempted to go back out into town and do a pickups video, but it's been raining and it's probably going to rain all day, so I don't really want to go out again, but you never know. But anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like and comment below. Let me know some of your most rewatchable movies. Have you seen any of these? Do you like them? And of course, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. And as always, guys, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and eBay store. All on my channel. Again, eBay store may be taken down at some point. I'm not too sure yet. Although I have messaged that person who said that they had a bunch of retro games and stuff for sale. They haven't replied to me, so hopefully they do. I'm debating on whether or not I want to get it. I do want to have them, but at the same time, because it would be not through eBay, through something else, it's kind of like, oh, do I trust it? Do I not? I'm not saying the person's a liar, but you know, I'd love to see if I do get them. But again, if I do get them, you'll know about it. And as always, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.